Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I am the Twisted Jedi, and today I wanted to talk about 5 dark side reinforcements that I would love to see added to Battlefront 2. Now, yes, I know heroes and maps are probably the most requested thing in the game right now, outside of bug fixes and communication, but I thought it would be fun to speculate as there are so many cool supporting warriors throughout Star Wars. So this list is going to contain 5 that came off the top of my head, and thanks to a couple of the guys in my Discord server, but if you can think of any that I haven't mentioned in this video, or even any light side reinforcements you'd like to see, then comment it down below and I will look to make a follow-up video for this if there is a few. Anyways, just before I jump in, remember that my merch is now live and available for order right now, so if you want a Team Twisted t-shirt or hoodie, then the link will be down in the description below, and every order placed goes a long way to helping out the channel. Anyways, getting started is one reinforcement that I would really love to see added, and although some people may not want to see it, I definitely do. This reinforcement is of course the Praetorian Guard. The Praetorian Guard are reinforcements obviously to Supreme Leader Snoke during The Last Jedi, and we know they have some insane skills due to the battle with Rey and Kylo in that movie. Some cool things about these guys is not just how they look, but the fact that they have different weapons as well. I would love to see you be able to choose the weapon equipped for the Praetorian Guard and use them on sequel era maps like Takodana and Starkiller Base. The Praetorian Guards would be great up close, and I feel like would be faster than the Death Trooper as they are more close quarters, and a dash attack of some sort would be really cool. Obviously then like maybe a health buff like the other enforcers would be a good ability, and for a third one maybe some kind of damage buff or flurry attack that increases their speed. Second on the list is probably one of the highest requested additions to the game and something that the whole community wants. For months on end we begged for Clone Wars, and now that it is here and has been announced, we will have the heroes that we were asking for later this year. But as far as reinforcement goes, there has been no mention of these guys, which are of course the Droid ACCAs. Droid ACCAs were awesome during the prequel era and boasted some really cool abilities, also being playable in the original Battlefront 2. I think they would transfer into this game perfectly. I have a few ability ideas, one obviously being the personal shield, which is the main one, another being a rapid fire ability for its blasters, as well as either a health buff or possibly a roll ability, which works similar to Rey's dash strike, where the Droid ACCA would roll towards enemies and anyone that gets hit by it or comes into contact with it will get caused damage. This would be really funny and cool to troll people and just roll through hallways like the palace gates on Naboo and just destroy massive groups of enemies. I think that would help clearing that first section there a lot and get you into the final phase of Naboo. Sticking with the prequel era for number 3, I would really love to see Magna Guards as a reinforcement. We know now that we are getting General Grievous later this year, so wouldn't it be cool to run around as a Magna Guard causing some serious havoc on the maps like Kashyyyk, Kamino, and Naboo. Abilities for these guys would probably be some kind of melee attack like a rush or dash ability, health buff, and maybe a flurry attack similar to Kylo's Frenzy. I think giving them the ability to block would be cool too, but give them less stamina than the heroes of course, but once they have fixed the stamina system because it's currently extremely broken. So if they can get that sorted, I think blocking for the Magna Guards would be cool, but make it less than the lightsaber heroes. Next up is going to be the Imperial Royal Guard, aka the Red Guard. We all know these guys from the original trilogy as Palpatine's personal bodyguards. Not that he really needed it, but nonetheless still extremely cool. Now the Red Guards, aptly named, wore completely red robes and a red almost egg-shaped helmet and wielded the Force Pike. However, when in battle they often switched out the Force Pike for other weapons if in long-range battles. Jumping back to Battlefront 2015, these guys were actually a reinforcement for Palpatine, which spawned in with a T-21 light repeating blaster, which is what I suggest for them to use in Battlefront 2. However, I think one of their abilities would be to switch this out for the Force Pike and use it similar to Phasma's staff strikes. So give it 3 strikes in close quarters, it would be really useful and perfect for the Red Guard. Hopefully it'd be a little bit easier to use than Phasma's and maybe more effective animations, something that has a bigger hitbox. Again, the health buff that comes with the Enforcer class is always an option, and in Battlefront 2015, they had 2 different options for other weapons. They had the Smart Rocket, which they could switch to, and also the Homing Shot, both of which are already options for abilities in Battlefront 2. You think of the Rocket Troopers or Jet Troopers, and you think of the Homing Shot as a star card for one of the regular troopers, so it wouldn't be too hard to add those abilities in. I think they'd just have to get the rest of it down. Now finally for this list is the First Order Riot Trooper, something that actually looks really cool, and again something we have seen very little of on screen and in action. These troopers will use what is called the Riot Baton, which was used for a brief time during The Force Awakens in a fight scene against Finn. The cool thing about this Riot Baton is that it can go toe to toe with a lightsaber, as we saw when he was fighting Finn in in that scene, and he was actually able to block it. So that was really, really cool. We can also see in that same scene how effective the Riot Baton can be when he strikes Finn in the chest and sends him flying backwards. I think an ability like Staff Strikes again could be good for the Riot Trooper, but definitely with different animations because it's a different style of weapon. Similar to what we saw in The Force Awakens would be really cool, where he attacks Finn with a flurry of heavy strikes. Something like that where he charges forwards and attacks multiple times would be really, really cool. Another ability for the Riot Guard could be the Riot Shield, which could be really, really useful in Battlefront 2 in order to help get through choke points. This would be really great in narrow hallways again, similar to the Heavy's shield ability, but I think it's going to have more than that as well, being a reinforcement. Other than a health buff ability for the third one, the way he spins the Riot Baton could also make for a cool ability, but again, doesn't have much range, so maybe a charge or leaping attack with that same Riot Baton could work well also. Anyways guys, that's 5 dark side reinforcements that I would love to see added to Battlefront 2. I know heroes and maps are top priority, but I just thought I would make this video for fun, and maybe it gets seen by the right people, so be sure to share this around in hopes that we could get some of these reinforcements added. Also, if you think of any light side reinforcements you want to see in Battlefront 2, then drop that in the comments below, and also let me know which one your favorite on this list was. Anyways guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Smash that like button and feel free to subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, thank you so much for watching. I am the Twisted Jedi, and may the Force be with you always.
The Sith are all powerful. You are no match for me.